Ugh. Well, look at you. Finally doing better, huh? I guess I'm stuck babysitting you, huh? Jeez. I dragged you in here and Chuck, she got all starry-eyed and just decided, yeah, well, considering I'm the one who brought you, I guess I should be looking after you. Right. Look, that wasn't part of the deal. I mean, I don't know what was part of the deal, but certainly not this. Fuck. Oh well. Yeah, I guess not so bad. How you feeling? Well, let me put it this way, you no longer look like something a rat shit out. Yeah. Hangover's gone? I told you, my kiss works every time. I mean, I never said that, but, you wouldn't take my drugs, so here we are. How you liking your new room? It's, it doesn't look like, garbage. It's pretty nice. I told you. And Charlie, I know she is, overbearing at times, more like all the time, but she's pretty sweet, I, have to admit. Her girl, Snatch, maybe not so much. Needs to take the stick out of a cunt, but we'll get there, right? It's the small things, one step at a time. Well, glad you're feeling better. I guess that's my good deed for the day. Technically, my service with you has ended. I mean, the amount of cash you spent don't last forever, sweetheart. But, unfortunately for me, I kinda like you. Enough that I guess hanging out ain't so bad. Yep, you should feel nice and honored. You're getting a freebie. And by freebie, well, guess more yapping. I definitely don't get you, but, it is nice, yeah, to spend time with someone that doesn't want to just fuck me into the ground. I mean, hey, no complaints there, but, being treated like meat all the time, it gets a little old. Yeah, feel like an idiot. Mind if I, sit down? Of course you don't. I mean, I'm gonna do it anyway. There we are. All this, palling around we've been doing, it's gotten me thinking. So, I guess I'm in kinda deep now, but the more I spend time with somebody who treats me, at least like I got a fucking brain, the more I think about past relationships. I mean, I don't have to talk about it if you don't want, I can just go. You sure? Alright. Well, I mean, abusive ones. Bad ones. Getting out of those. I used to be in one. Ah, fuck it. Who cares? I mean, you know the guy. Valent fucking Tino. He was, my old pimp. Yeah, I mean, you've definitely heard of him. That bitch Velvet, Vox, Valentino, all them. They have a little studio, well, a big studio, up in, part of the Pentagram City rich area. Yeah, you've seen it before, or you've seen his work. So, well, anyway. Yeah, big surprise, he was my pimp. And, I don't know. I guess when you get out of a bad relationship like that, you don't really realize how bad it was. Only when you're on your own do you start looking through all the memories and saying, holy fuck, that was bad. I was being treated terribly. Sorry, I am rambling. But look, when you're with someone who don't treat you good, and I mean really don't treat you good, you kinda make concessions for them. You just think, yeah, this is how they are, this is hell, this is as good as it's gonna get. You put up with a lot of their shit, and you don't really catch, like, all the small ways that they do it. Because that's the thing, it's something I learned pretty fast, especially when I came to the hotel. Charlie and her little squad, they treat me okay, and I've talked with her a couple times, and, abusive people, they just cut you down constantly, and it's not always physically. And that's the misconception, is that, hey, if you're abused, you've got to be hit. You don't always have to be. I mean, not to fucking say Val didn't give me plenty of shiners, let me tell you. Oh yeah, he did. Many times. I mean, he would try to keep it, infrequent, let's call it. But, not for my benefit. No, 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 no. He didn't do it often, not because he actually cared about me, but because, he needed my pretty face for a shoot. That's how they get you, too. They smack you, they cuff you across the face, or he did with me, and he'd say, oh, this is your fault, you made me do this, and all that kind of bullshit. And then after you're fucking fixing your face up, and the girls are telling me it's not so bad, and I really shouldn't have raised my voice, he comes back and he says, oh, Angel, baby, I'm so sorry, let me make it up to you, and I didn't catch this. He'd take me somewhere, we'd go out to a really nice place to eat, or he'd get me stuff, or, he'd fucking feed me lines of fucking coke or some shit, or get me high or drunk, so I didn't know what was going on, I didn't know up from left. I was getting fucked or fucking, it was just this constant dream of just indulgence, and for a while I loved it, but part of me realized that I had no control over my life. Val was everywhere. He had me on a leash, literally and metaphorically. That the word, metaphorically? Yeah. I think it may have been Cherry, it's kinda hard to remember now, who pulled me aside and said, where the fuck did you get that black eye? And I just kinda waved it off, and I was like, nah, I was just being a bitch, I got smacked, that's all. And, she said, that's probably not okay. I mean, then we blew a bunch of shit out, but, when she said it, I kinda stopped and said, maybe. Anyway, I'm getting off track here. The point is that in those kinds of relationships, you're a bit scared and you don't exactly know what to do, but you're also trying to fool yourself into believing that the situation is not as bad as you think, and it is. It really is. Val is, abusive. A real shithead. And just because he bought me things didn't change that. And it took getting away from him to start seeing that and realizing it. And every day I wake up, every day I wake up and I'm a little less high, a little less drunk, and I kind of go through my head and I'm catching all these things and just kind of like, fuck, what was that? What was I doing, How could I let him do that to me? It's just one of them things, I'm sorry. I'm talking years off. I didn't mean to. Really? You like listening to this? Somehow I don't believe you. Look, I know you got here and, you seem pretty fresh and I don't know much about you, but if you've got someone that you maybe knew who was like that, just be careful, okay? It's not always easy to see people in our life, or, well, on life, or whatever it's fucking called down here. Ain't always easy to catch that kind of shit. You just have to... You have to learn how to move past it, or just kind of get away from that. You might think, well, they're just my friends, they're just fucking around, and yeah, sure, joking around is fine, and some people, even me, I fuck around plenty. I call people, fuckheads all the time. I'll call you a fuckhead, you big dipshit, but I don't really mean it. And even then, if you said to stop it, I would. I mean, we ain't friends, what am I talking about? I'm just, but you get the idea? People who are your friends or who care about you should want you to feel good and shouldn't take opportunities to make you hurt, or not intentionally. We can say stuff to each other that we didn't mean, and that's one thing, but no. Anyway, look, maybe I'll tell you more about the shit that I went through, but I think that's a little bit too much. As for you, just think about that, okay? Sometimes it's really hard to catch all the things that someone is doing to you when you're not being treated good. But if they bully you, or they just call you names, or they constantly put you down, or they just seem like they're an asshole, or controlling even, or they just don't seem to support you, they try to cut you off from people and limit you to just being around them, then, that's dangerous, okay? I know it's hell and shit, but just be careful, alright? I feel weird saying this shit. I mean, Look at me. Look who's fucking talking. But, you know, I've been around this joint, and by joint I mean hell, for decades, and I know a thing or two, so. Anyway, I gotta fucking clean up. It's been a long-ass day. You should, try to get yourself looking good, too, because, honestly, you look like a fucking trash fire. Alright, well, take care of yourself, you know, maybe, come down for dinner. It's pretty edible. Razzle and Dazzle, they actually know how to make food. So, you know. Fill it in, kid. And hey, you know, thanks for listening.